Today's product review is the Sage Barista Pro, which I've enjoyed using for the last 2 years. So this is my own personal machine and I do use it on a daily basis, multiple times a day. And prior to this, I did own the Sage Barista Express, which I'll explain a few of the differences as we go through the video. If I had to choose between the two of them, I would definitely choose this one because there's a couple of key differences that will have a little bit of an improvement on your usage. The machine has its own integrated grinder, and for that you add your beans into the hopper. Now I have added some tape at the top here because when moving it around I did lose my last one on my Sage Barista Express, and the quantity of beans that can fit in there is the same size as one of the smaller bags. Now price wise, when it comes to your beans, the more you buy the more you save. So I tend to buy the 1 kilogram bag of beans, and you can pick a kilogram bag up for about £12, but you just load them up into the top up here. Once you've done the beans, it's time to add the water, so you just simply lift up the carry handle for the 2-litre water tank. And inside you do have its own filter, which you can buy third-party ones, but let's fill that up. With the water tank full, it's now time to load up the machine by pressing the power button. So one of the big differences between the Pro and the Barista is the Pro one heats up a lot faster. Now at home we tend to have 2 cappuccinos and a cup of tea as the drinks order. So for the hot water it's more or less instant, so I've not pre-warmed this machine up in any way, but we'll go ahead and start it up. And we'll just do this in real time. So here we have a jug. On the jug you've got this little black marking down here, and what happens is when that heats up it will start to light up this bar. On the side here you either have steam or you have hot water, so if we just go ahead and press the hot water over, the two key differences really between the Barista Express and the Pro is the speed that it heats up the drinks is a lot faster with the Barista Pro versus the Express, and the second big thing is will automatically stop the hot water or the steam, whichever method you got on, by itself, so it's kind of on a preset timer, whereas the Barista Express will continuously pour. So if you're preoccupied making breakfast and coffee at the same time, you can accidentally overflow your drinks, or you can start burning the milk because the steam doesn't stop. But we'll move on to actually making a coffee now. My personal drink is a large cappuccino. For that we're going to use the double shot, which you just simply pop in. It does come in with the single shot as well, so if you like a smaller, weaker coffee, but you also use that for cleaning your coffee machine with the little tablets, which we'll go on to a little bit later. On the bottom of here there's a little button, and when you press this in it will start to grind the beans. And we're all done, so you can just pull it out. I like to just give it a little bit of a nudge to be centered, and then the little tamper is actually magnetic and it just pulls down from the side there. There we go, and if you get any excess just simply wipe it off. Remember, if it's the second time you're making a drink then it's going to be hot, and it goes in at just a little angle, and then you line it up, pop your drink cup underneath. And we have the buttons up at the top here, so we have the double or single, so for me it's going to be a double. When it comes to the grind and coarse amount, what I look for is I just do it by my eye, and I go with a puck that is just slightly moist, not really wet. So if you end up with like a pool of water on the top, it means it's not dialed incorrectly, and you just need to kind of refine it a little bit. So if it's pouring too quickly and you're not getting that crema on top, then you want it a little bit more fine and more condensed, whereas if it's coming out a little bit too slow and struggling, then you want it a bit more coarse. But if you look at the beans that I'm currently using at the moment, they are quite a wet bean, so you've got a little bit more oils in them, meaning that you just need to kind of dial in the extraction. There's tutorials on there. I'm not really going into that because I'm doing more of the machine itself, but it has just come up to flush the machine. So flushing the machine, you use the single portafilter with the little silicone, and you just pop that in, and then you use the cleaning tablets. They each have their own, but you can get generic ones online, and they're effectively just little chlorine tablets. So you just put it in like so, and then you want to put a jug underneath. These are the ones that I'm using. I mean, they're more or less the same. I just went with price. These were highly recommended as well. So it's got the jug and the cleaning tablets inside. So you have the menu button over here. So all you do is you go around menu, and then with the dial, you just turn it to flush, and then press it, and then it will do its cycle. And when the flushing cycle's done, I tend to remove it, and then I just put one shot through by itself, just so there's definitely no chemicals left. Once you're all done, just simply press it off. If you've enjoyed the review, if you could give it a thumbs up, that would be really helpful, and welcome if you end up subscribing. I only review things that I personally like myself and own and use my own money for. I've owned this machine for 2 years. If it got stolen tomorrow, I would definitely buy the same one. So I've really enjoyed using it. I'll leave the link in the description below. I would say do not buy the Sage's own filters or their own chemicals, because you are paying for the brand name on that. However, I will leave a link of the ones that I've purchased, and they've worked perfectly fine, which are a lot more affordable from there, and my favourite beans as well. So although I do get some from the supermarket, I do buy them from time to time on Amazon, and the ones that I like are the dark roast, which are in a blue bag, which again I'll leave the link for those in the description. But really appreciate if you give it a thumbs up. My next product review is going to be in a few weeks time about a air fryer. If you recommend me one, that'd be great. I'm looking for like the same style as the Ninja Tower with the 2 baskets. If you have one, please let me know if they're any good, or like a kind of slightly more affordable one. That would be great. But yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for giving it a thumbs up, and see you on the next one.